Hi, and welcome to Discover Oklahoma. I'm Lauren Nelson.
And I'm Dean O'Lally. Today we're coming to you from the National Museum of Horseshoeing Tools and Hall of Honor in the Oklahoma City Stockyard.
This is a great place to visit and a place to take a step back in time and explore the art of horseshoeing. Begun as a private collection, the museum features one-of-a-kind items and memorabilia that has been gathered over many years. Now it's all in one place in a never-before-seen collection. We'll show you around throughout the show.
But first we're going to explore a little bit of history from the other side of the state.
Casey Kennedy takes us to Ataloa Lodge, where you'll find one of the largest privately owned collections of Native American art.
We are at the Ataloa Lodge on Bacone College's campus in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Bacone College was founded in 1880, and it was the first Indian college established here in Oklahoma. This lodge was built in 1932. Mary Stone McClendon, her Chickasaw name was Ataloa. She started this lodge for arts and crafts making for the students, Native Americans from all regions. AC Blue Eagle took on the position to help make art into a degree here on campus. And throughout his time, as well as the directors that followed him, they were able to make a long-lasting impression on Native American art making. The style that they came up with is known as flat style. There are a variety of artworks from tribes throughout the nation, and there are paintings, sculptures, wooden sculptures, Plains Indian style cradleboard, Northwest Coast potlatch utilitarian objects, and then we have Navajo rugs, and then we have a Kachina doll collection, as well as Pueblo pottery. There are baskets that come from some of the California tribes, as well as Southwest tribes and Southeast. And there are a number of black on black pottery from Brenda Martinez, as well as other Pueblo artists. There are also Northwest Coast artworks from potlatch ceremonies as well. AC Blue Eagle to Woody Crumbo to Dick West, as well as other art directors that served this college.
Ataloa Lodge is located at 2299 Old Balcone Road in Muskogee. Call ahead or check online for specific hours. After spending a little time in museums, it might be time to get out on the water.
And a trip to the lake is always a lot of fun, especially if there's a little fishing involved. Let's cast a line at Lake Murray State Park.
I've loved fishing my whole life. That's all I want to do. That's all I've ever wanted to do.
Marco Vaca has an energetic enthusiasm for fishing. That in turn made me even more excited to go fishing for smallmouth bass on beautiful Lake Murray.
If you've never caught a smallmouth and you want to do it in Oklahoma, there's no better place than Lake Murray to do it. The fishing is amazing when it comes to the smallmouth.
One of the many things I love about doing a story like this, besides the fact I get to go fishing, is what I learn.
Like when you're reeling and you feel them bite and you feel them bite and then you feel it get heavy, just lift your rod up and just hold it there and let the rod do all the work.
Gotcha, okay.
And just keep reeling, don't ever stop reeling.
So you talked about that smallmouth have a reputation for being rather feisty.
Yes.
You said they're actually kind of mean?
Oh, they're very, very aggressive.
Today for bait we were imitating shad, but you can also use crawdad or worm.
So does it come down to the type of lure that you use or bait, come down to the season?
Yes. The season, that is the one thing that does change on day to day. When it comes to wind, no wind, you know, you'll go from a moving bait to a not moving bait.
It wasn't long after that conversation the smallmouth started moving for us, it seemed.
There you go, look at that.
That's probably last year's hatch.
Uh-huh.
They just jumped right there.
Very good.
I was fascinated to learn all the different conditions under which you can catch smallmouth at Murray. It helps to have a guide as knowledgeable as Marco, of course. He's fished this lake long enough, he knows where all the good spots are.
If you run every point on the lake, at one of them points you're going to catch some smallmouth. That's almost a guarantee.
And today that guarantee worked as my first fish of the day jumped on the hook.
There you go, you got him. Just lift your rod straight up and keep reel as fast as you can. Don't give him no slack.
Oh, man.
Just swing him in the boat right towards me.
How about that?
It wasn't long.
I got one. Try for two.
Then,
Oh my gosh. I said two.
I ended up catching one more. Marco caught quite a few as well. Now, I did have some that didn't quite
Very
hold
good.
on long enough.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, not again. Oh, man!
Did you see him come up and eat it?
I did.
For the short time we were on the water, I was thrilled to catch as many as we did. Thank you to Marco for a great afternoon, and I enjoyed his philosophy of fishing.
It's so peaceful, no stress, nothing matters. It's just you and the bait. And to watch somebody else catch one, whether it's a 5-year-old kid or an 80-year-old man, and I've had all of that in my boat, the smile they get, it never gets old. I mean, it's just, there's something about fishing that makes you feel good.
Before you hit the lakes this spring or summer, you need to check out the Oklahoma Fishing Trail. Log on to fishinok.com to download a brochure, or you can request a hard copy in the mail. It's all free.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
We actually have people that drive an hour and a half to buy like 6 at a time.
The shopping trip that's worth the drive. See what they're selling that's so popular, folks are willing to road trip for it.
Feliz and Fiesta, and it loosely translates to happy party.
The cherry spot on Route 66 and what they're serving up that makes so many smile.
Every time somebody walks in there and says, "Where y'all from?" and they say Kansas City or Tulsa or that, I go, "Woohoo!"
And the shout out you won't get at any other restaurant. It's all coming up right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Why order a free Oklahoma outdoor guide? Uncover unique wonders. Cultivate your curiosity. And wake up your wild side. Order or download your free copy today.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from the National Museum of Horseshoeing Tools and Hall of Honor in Oklahoma City's stockyards. You can learn a lot about the cowboy life here, but if you want to shop like a cowboy, we might suggest you head north.
To Stillwater, of course. Right now, Dan Stein takes us to one of the town's favorite shops, appropriately named Chillwater.
From the welcoming front of the store to the greetings inside, you can't help but feel the chill atmosphere.
You feel that vibe right when you walk in, and that's very important to me.
Cassie Taylor opened Chillwater Apparel in 2014 after a leap of faith.
I kind of thought about, what if I had an outdoor line that was just a fun t-shirt line that was outdoorsy?
She designs all the outdoor scenes herself.
I just try to think of things that I like and things that other people would like. The classic kayak design is our first initial design.
Then she moved on to other activities and animals like the buffalo, the Jim Tom with the dog inside the Jeep, and a grizzly bear. Her latest one is called the Rawhide, a cowboy riding a horse.
At Chillwater, you'll find more than 16 different graphic outdoor designs, all created by Cassie herself, and most of them have something on the front and something on the back.
Yeah, I like them all. I think I have one of almost every one of the designs, or someone in my family or close friend group have one of every one of the designs.
All of the t-shirts, sweatshirts, and hats are unisex, and the sizes range from youth all the way up to 3X.
I really like to listen to our customers. One of the things that, I hear them say is, "Oh, I love the way this feels. This is so soft. This is so comfortable."
Being in a college town, Cassie created Aggie Chill. It's Chillwater's sister brand and represents a collection of the college chill vibe.
Yeah, I love going on adventures, just living life to the fullest and having so much fun, and I think Chillwater is sort of just about that. Every time I go somewhere, I have my Chillwater shirt and can get some cool pictures in just all the pretty places in all throughout the world.
Those pictures are proudly displayed in the store from customers all over the world chilling in her apparel.
I love meeting people. I love our customers. That's what makes me excited about getting out of bed every morning is, being able to come and see those faces.
Along with the apparel, you can also find unique gifts like mugs and blankets, all adorned with the Chillwater logo. There's even a selection of salsas and the ever-popular candied jalapenos.
If you like a margarita, makes a really good jalapeno margarita.
You can even find Oklahoma-made candles.
We actually have people that drive an hour and a half to buy like 6 at a time.
I'm an outdoors person, so it is perfect, right up my alley. I also like to try to stay local with gifts, so it's a great opportunity.
To me, that's what it's all about. If it wasn't for our customers, we wouldn't be in business.
Of providing fine apparel for the truly chilled. Discovering Oklahoma and Stillwater, I'm Deanne Stein.
Chillwater is located at 123 Main in Stillwater. They're open Monday through Saturday, or you can shop online at their website, chillwaterapparel.com.
You know, when you're traveling from Oklahoma City to Stillwater, you've got to pass through Guthrie.
So why don't you take your time, get off the interstate and look around, and may we suggest a place that's a lot of fun. It's called Home Sweet Home on the Range.
As one who has always believed art is vitally important to our society, I have always felt it contributes to one's aesthetic experience. Art should be part of our lives, our community, and education. Part of the experience at Home Sweet Home on the Range is being surrounded by all different kinds of art, because they say art is an adventure that never ends.
We have over 45 Oklahoma art and crafters who show their work here, and anywhere from fine wall art to ceramics. And so there's just a real variety of things here at the shop, and it changes all the time.
The artists whose work can be found here are all from Oklahoma. Home Sweet Home on the Range is another example of why one should buy local.
If you're purchasing something here, that you're supporting a local artist. The hard thing with COVID is that their festivals and a lot of things have been canceled, and so people who have items here have not had that outlet for sales. And so we love providing a space for them, and they've enjoyed being here. Just recently we had some artists want to come in and rent studio space, and so our mezzanine level is a large open space that we haven't used much, and so we think it's going to be perfect for studio spaces, and then they'll also show their work here.
Part of the plan for this store with Patricia and her husband Jerry was to also have this function as an event center. COVID temporarily put a hold on that, but once things get better, they will be ready to move and go quickly. In the meantime, artists do like having a space to display their work.
Artists need to have a way of expressing themselves. They need to have a place to work. They need to have a place to display their work. And they need to have a place where the public can go view their work. It's very important, and that's been kind of a motto of mine for a long time, is to help others do that.
Bob Palmer is a well-known mural artist whose work can be seen around the state. Here you can see his studio work he describes as leaning towards the Western and Oklahoma.
I think it very much depicts maybe a nostalgic Oklahoma. And I love the title of the gallery, Home Sweet Home on the Range gallery, because I think that has kind of a Western flair to it. So I wouldn't categorize it as completely Western.
I would put it on your bucket list to come here. You can see other local artists' work such as Buck Dollarhide, Gail Davis, and Jerome Tiger, to name a few. Again, the key word is local.
So a lot of the smaller local shops are not having the traffic that they usually do. And that business is supporting a family. And so if they're not doing well, they don't have 5 stores that are going to feed into a shop that's not doing well. They either make it or they don't. And so that's what I feel is the most important thing, is that I'm supporting my neighbors when I shop local.
And when out-of-town folks buy something here, they can
take some Oklahoma back home with you.
Home Sweet Home on the Range is located at 110 Main Street in Guthrie. They're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. or by appointment.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
I love just being in here, and the store owner is so welcoming and engaging. It's a fun little store to visit.
The pop of color on Route 66 and why you'll want to go inside.
Our sides are cowboy beans, or cowboy spicy beans, or baked beans. Let's see, we got mashed potatoes and gravy. It's the Southern comfort food is what it is.
And come for the food, but save room for a dessert. See why you've got to put this spot on your next road trip list when Discover Oklahoma continues.
Imagine limitless possibilities with the Oklahoma Travel Guide. Imagine world-class wonderlands, road trips that inspire. Imagine date night elevated. Order your free guide at travelok.com. Imagine that.
Welcome back to the National Museum of Horseshoeing Tools and Hall of Honor, located where else but the Oklahoma City Stockyards. When you think about Great Americana, Route 66 has got to be at the top of the list for most folks.
Right now, Jason Grubbs introduces to a local shop owner in Tulsa who's adding some Latin flair to the Mother Road of America.
Along Route 66 in Tulsa, on the corner of South Lewis, there's a little shop that's quite a colorful treat for the eye. It's Felicsta.
The store has a cool vibe. I love just being in here, and the store owner is so welcoming and engaging. It's a fun little store to visit.
The shop's name, a mashup of two Spanish words.
Feliz and Fiesta, and it loosely translates to happy party.
And that's exactly what it feels like when you walk through the door. Floor to ceiling, wall to wall.
Yeah, definitely I wanted that brand to evoke like vibrancy and fun.
Oh, it's a great store.
Felizsta started out online, selling authentic Mexican cookies, made from scratch, hand-cut, and baked with love.
The 4 different types have 4 different sizes and 4 different flavors.
Owner Lizette Corcoran's family history of owning bakeries goes back 3 generations through her parents and grandparents.
That's where their recipes come from. They're 3rd generation recipes, and they've been something that's been passed down through my family.
Though retired, her parents still help out with the handmade edible treats. You can buy them here at Felizsta's and many, many other handcrafted products.
It's important to me to celebrate our culture, the Latin culture, so I knew I wanted to import items.
She imports from global artisans in places like Ecuador, Peru, and Mexico.
Guatemala especially, there's beautiful things that come out of there.
I love the candles. There's a lot of great cookbooks. I love all the bags. All of the different handmade embroidered things are so beautiful.
There are so many beautiful products here from Latin America, but if you want to keep it local, there's plenty of products to do that too. In fact, here's 8 of them I picked up in just 5 minutes, all made right here in Oklahoma.
But that's probably one of my favorite parts of owning a business is collaborating with local artists.
Pick up piñatas made in Oklahoma City. Choose from a rainbow of colors of macrame earrings. There are locally themed magnets, ceramics, and crafted candles with exclusive scents just for Felizsta.
Scents like horchata, canela, which is Mexican cinnamon.
I got some bizcochito-like cookies for Christmas, and some pretty good coffee that helps supports women in 3rd world countries.
Shop in person or online, where it all started at Felizsta.com. On Route 66 in Tulsa, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
Felicsta is located at 1102 South Lewis in Tulsa. You can also shop online and they'll ship anywhere.
Up next on Discover Oklahoma.
We've got our desserts here. Our desserts are all homemade in-house. We've got chocolate cake, we've got cheesecake, we've got fried pies.
Folks come for the steaks and barbecue, and they stick around for a dessert. We're checking out Mugsy's when Discover Oklahoma continues.
Make a date with the great outdoors with the Oklahoma State Parks app. Explore trails, discover events, get deals, book lodging, campsites, and more. Download the Oklahoma State Parks app. Experience a state of wonder.
We have really enjoyed our time here today at the National Museum of Horseshoeing Tools and Hall of Honor.
And as we're about to get in the car, I'd like to assume you have found a place for us to grab a bite to eat.
I've got us the perfect spot. Head with me now to Yale, where we check out Mugsy's. In the small town of Yale, they're cooking up some big-time grub at Mugsy's Grubhouse.
Woohoo! My wife came up with that about 3 months ago, and I've been saying it for a year. Every time somebody walks in and says, "Where y'all from?" and they say Kansas City or Tulsa or that, I go, woohoo!
Darrell Muggenborg and his wife Jennifer opened Mugsy's more than a year ago after dreaming of opening a restaurant for years.
1981, we had Mugsy's Catfish. As things went on, we got in the auctioneer business, got in the oil business, and we got in the steakhouse business. So the timing is right for Mugsy's Grubhouse. The Grubhouse opened in August of last year, August 17th.
Mugsy's is really a museum of Yale, Oklahoma history. The walls are filled with photographs and memorabilia from this great Oklahoma town.
Carl Hensley is the one that provided all these pictures, especially in the back, of 1920 of Yale and Quay. He had a stack in a notebook this thick, and that's what he done. He's the local historian. There's lots of history here at the Grubhouse, lots of history, all about Quay, Yale, lots of history.
And the menu is full of delicious food, steaks, barbecue, and so much more. I promise you won't leave hungry.
The food at the Grubhouse is absolutely wonderful. We started with the ribs, and our brisket is wonderful. Now, my wife Jennifer takes care of all the recipes. We are a barbecue steakhouse, but the good news is we have briskets and ribs and all the barbecue that goes with it, pulled pork and all that, plus a good steak. The pulled pork sandwiches, the brisket sandwiches, a steak on Saturday night. Our sides are cowboy beans, or cowboy spicy beans, or baked beans. Let's see, we got mashed potatoes and gravy. It's the Southern comfort food is what it is. We got 4 different kinds of salads. They're absolutely wonderful. There's a BLT salad on the menu. That's just wonderful. Comes with bacon and everything on top. And the girls hand toss them and make them in the kitchen there, yes.
Your Mugsy's meal isn't complete until you try one of their delectable desserts. Take your pick from fried pies, cheesecake, and more.
We've got our desserts here. Our desserts are all homemade in-house. All 4 desserts are homemade in-house. We've got chocolate cake, we've got cheesecake, we've got fried pies, bread pudding is our 4 desserts, homemade in-house, yes.
If you need a space for a private party, book the back room, or if you're looking for the perfect place to watch the game, try their outdoor enclosed seating in the loafing shed. Head to Mugsy's Grill for food so good, you'll be screaming woohoo on your way out the door too.
The people come, they brag on our food, they keep coming back. This is the meeting place now. The food is absolutely wonderful, but you'll always get a woohoo here at the Mugsy's Grubhouse. Woohoo!
You'll find Mugsy's Grubhouse at 215 West Chicago in Yale. They're open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday and 11 to 2 on Sunday.
It doesn't really matter where your next road trip takes you. The Discover Oklahoma Dining Guide, though, will help you find a great place to eat. All you have to do is just log on to our website, travelok.com, and click Request Free Brochures to get your copy.
A big thank you to everyone here at the National Museum of Horseshoeing Tools and Hall of Honor for hosting us this week. You'll find them in the Oklahoma City Stockyards at 2200 Southwest 13th Street. They're open Friday through Mondays. You can find out more about admission on their website, horseshoeingmuseum.com.
Coming up next Saturday on Discover Oklahoma, we're headed to the beautiful Whispering Pines Restaurant, Bed and Breakfast in Norman, now under new ownership.
And it's almost that time of year. We're going crystal digging on the Salt Plains next week right here on Discover Oklahoma.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.